guys, right, we decided to make a video about embarrassing moments, and since our lives tend to be a series of embarrassing moments, we thought we'd kind of sum them up into different categories. These categories being when something is embarrassing, which is where it's okay, it's, you know, you can live with it.
We've got cringey, which is, it's worse, you feel a physical pain when someone tells you about it. And then we have scarring.
Which is where, like, you're never going to forget about it and it's just going to ruin your life, basically.
Forever.
Yeah. So that's what we thought we'd do. Normally, whenever I call up one of my friends' house, she's always the one that picks up, and so I always know it's her. So I always answer like, "Hey babe," like that, because I know it's going to be her. But her and her brother, before his balls dropped, sounded exactly the same. So one time when I called her up, he answered and I thought it was her, and I was like, "Hey babe," and there was this really awkward silence, and he was just like, "Who's this?" And I was like, "It's Lily." He was like, "I'll just go get Louise," and I could hear her laughing in the background.
As a child, my parents had me convinced that the cheese plant that's at the top of our staircase was my biological brother. And he was called Chesney.
Oh, that's really cute.
It's not cute.
It is.
It's not cute.
And what age did you find out that it wasn't your brother?
Like 7.
Oh my god. The curse of the first dates. Every first date I've been on, which is not many by the way, just like to clarify, I've always done something incredibly embarrassing. Let's see, one date I dropped a Coke bottle on the floor in the Metro Centre and the Coke just exploded everywhere, and instead of helping him clean it up, I was just stood there in hysterics laughing at him. Don't think he was too impressed. Time where I like started laughing hysterically because I was nervous and I spilled hot chocolate all over myself and her. Oh, I fell over in the shopping centre. There we go, that's what I did. First date.
Every first date you go at the Metro.
No, it just always used to be a shopping centre.
Classy.
Yeah.
Yeah, isn't it? I think your collection of memories, it deserves embarrassing. It's not just like a, oh, silly me, it's you fucked up a bit. I was at the age of 13.
Okay.
I ran up to my mother with my friends in tow, like, Mum, tell them I'm right. Tell them Jake the Peg does have an extra leg.
Oh, you were such an innocent person.
Did little E.
Oh, all your ones are quite cute though. They're quite adorable because they're like young, innocent, embarrassing memories.
Oh, if you want another innocent, cute one, I've got one for you that had me bullied for about 5 years.
Go on, tell me now.
When I was little, my dad had a laser pointer, and it was a little red one. It was just a little red laser pointer. And I was like a cat. If they put it on the wall, they told me that that was my alien friend. And he'd come from space to see me.
You're very easily swayed.
I had a nice imagination. My imagination was a pure place as a child. So Reddy the alien came down every few months just to say hi.
Why was he called Reddy?
Because it was a red dot.
That's really good. Clever.
My dad thought so too.
Oh, actually, speaking of things that you think are true and they're not, me and Faye both thought, Faye's my sister, both genuinely thought that you could choose, like the parent could choose whether you had an innie or an outie belly button by how they cut the umbilical cord. Well, the one that sticks in my mind, because I thought it was absolutely hilarious, was the time, you know what I'm going to say as well, was the time we were in the kitchen. And I can't remember what we were talking about now, that kind of bit's kind of slipped out of mind.
It was, I said, does this fried chicken look a bit like sperm?
It did look a bit like sperm. And then what Lauren meant to say was, yeah, but how would we know we're the two biggest virgins on the planet? What she said instead, which kind of makes me wonder what's going on inside Lauren's head, was, but Lily, we're the two biggest lesbians on the planet. And she said it really loud. There was a moment where it took her like a second to realise what she'd actually just said. And
it was so loud. It was so loud.
I mean, I would say that was pretty cringy.
The fact that I then hid in a corner and cried for about an hour was then even worse. I hid behind a couch.
I'll never let her forget it. Speaking of which, I think we're forgetting about the one incredibly embarrassing cooking mistake that I've made at uni.
Yes!
Bring that to your attention. Do you want to tell it or should I?
I'll tell them.
Oh god.
So I was just working like a good student in my room. I was writing an essay. It was really good. And just, I knew something smelled a bit weird, but then Lily just walked over really calmly and just went, oh, there's something in the kitchen, can you give us a hand? And I thought, oh, she's dropped something. I walk in, the kitchen is on fire. When I opened the microwave, there was more smoke, because Lily had bought a ready-made pasta slice, which has some powder in it that you add milk and water to turn it into sauce. Then that cooks in the sauce in the microwave. Lily had already made one of these in a pan, decided she didn't quite like it, so decided not to put the milk and the water in, and just thought, oh, that bit of powder, that should turn liquid magically.
Milk and water's for losers, that's why. Don't play by the rules.
And then I continued to fix the problem.
You did, yeah, I've got to say.
She just wasn't into it. After I carved the pasta out of the bowl, and actually the cling film was nearly on fire, so I had to get rid of that. It all came out in a single clod. So that was Lily's cooking mishap for uni.
So that was pretty embarrassing.
Actually, you've had some quite good ones since we've got here.
Oh god.
We were playing a game on the second night of uni called Articulate, which is basically like extreme charades. Charades. And Lily...
Got roof rack.
Yeah. So the first one was roof rack, which she's now got to demonstrate for us.
Roof rack. Easy done. Then
my partner got jogger's nipple, and I think she did it quite well. Lily turned round, but I want jogger's nipple.
I can't remember. Actually, I can't. I was trying to defend myself there, and then realised I actually can't remember why I said that.
There was loads from Articulate, and I can't remember what they all were. Brown was that?
Brown was
that was Disney trivia.
That was Disney trivia.
She wanted that orange cheese. Brown.
Alright. Sorry to haunt my nightmares. Yeah, there was this history teacher at our college that I absolutely loved, and loads of people absolutely loved him. He was like a typical mad history teacher. He had crazy white hair. We used to call him the Silver Fox. He was like 50 odd, so he obviously wasn't fit, and so that was like the inside joke, like, oh, Gary Darby, what a fit guy. He's not. But I took the joke too far one time, and we were talking about fit people, as you do, and I was like, tell you who's fit, Gary Darby, the history teacher. Whoa, he's a babe. It's going on like this for about like a good 5 minutes, not realising that there was like a pole where we were sat on the benches. He was just sat behind the pole having like a one-on-one tutorial with a student, and he just turned to me, he just moved his head like that, and he was like, Lily, are you talking about me? And I didn't defend myself because I was just so embarrassed and dying inside. I just didn't say anything. And then it took a good couple of weeks before he could actually speak to me again. I think he was actually worried that I was going to try and come on to him. He was a bit concerned. That was pretty bad.
Mondays at sixth form, we had like 3 hours free on the afternoon. So we went to the New Morrison's over the road, got a tray of Ben and Jerry's each, me and my friend Jen, and we ate it all. And then we got really hyper and decided to write a fanfic. But not any fanfic, a Teen Wolf fanfic. I am still ashamed of this fanfic, and it has the most views of anything I've ever written.
I want to read it. I'm curious now.
What happens is it's season 3, to get the Nagitsun out, they turn them into kids. I don't know what logic we were following. And it's a babysitting fic. And then my English teacher, and we told her, and she wanted to read it. And we had to give her my fanfiction account, and in front of us, she read it, and the first line is, "Motherfucking babies," he growled, and at that point I nearly puked. And she read it out loud.
She read it out loud.
Another one since I got to uni, lots of people saw this. Right, we were all walking back from quite a late lecture, it was pitch black. One of my friends was walking on a little wall, so I held her hand and she jumped down, everything was fine, and I thought, I'll have a go. So I got on this little wall and I was walking, she held my hand, but she started walking too fast, and she dragged me off the wall, full on. I went down, But at the same time as I went down, so did my jeans.
Oh.
And
no.
I flashed another of my friends who was right behind us because my trousers went down to my ankles. Oh, the lecturers were walking that way as well.
Well, thanks. That was great.
If there's anyone there, you can put embarrassing things in the comments or not. That's up to you.
Make us feel better about embarrassing ourselves on a daily basis.
We'll probably see you after Christmas next because we're about to break up
Woo.
for the holes. So see you soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Cornmill and Darlington.
Oh, cornmeal.
We did. Your parents deceived you. It's scarring. But I think it's funny.
Insert photo here. Okay.
Stomachs. I'm really hungry. I'm gonna say that's pretty scarring actually. I have to live that down. Of all the things you could have written about, it could have been worse, it could have been Twilight. You do that thing where you're like really cautious if you're scrolling down.
You could have balls of steel if you're tumbling in like a shared family room.
Oh. See, if I tell most of my friends that I read fan fiction, they'll look at me like I'm a weirdo.
Freak.
Hypocrite.
God, I know you're not reading Amigaverse, it's fine.
What?
Oh, you have not even travelled down the side of the internet.